All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Bashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and also honor and salutations to those of you who are of the hopeful elect and are out there teaching the word in sincerity and truth. All right, so I wanted to talk about Eve for a minute. um, and the reason being is um, he's now starting to get a taste of his own medicine, right? Um, all the things that we've complained about as so-called black people, Israelite people, about this country, and they kind of shrugged off or shunned off, they're now getting a taste of, and it's quite entertaining. Um, the irony is, right, when we've complained about um, this country being corrupt, um, at least since we've been allowed to complain, like I mean, in like during the '70s and the civil rights movement or whatever, um, you've you kind of shrugged it off, as I said, right? Like, oh, you guys are overreacting. Slavery ended a long time ago. I had a kid that I know, just from mutual friends. He said it this way: we have since moved on from our what word did he use? Not corrupt. He didn't use that word. But we basically, I'll use the word treachery, right? We've had a treacherous past, and we've since moved on from that treachery and that ignorance, right? And I disagree with that, right? When we've complained about um, when we say that 9/11 was an inside job, when we say that the government has these secret or open plans, but not the secret being their true intent, to keep Jake, our people, in a low estate. When we complained about all these things, you thought it was impossible, as though America was this moral country, as though they had these standards and principles that they stood on, that they would never do something like that. But this is the country that had us in a brutal slavery, man. And the people are we're not that far removed from it. It's not like when you think of the Bushes, or when you think of um, I don't know, any other elite family that had, or the Jeffersons, right? Like as far as Thomas Jefferson goes, and all of these different people, their descendants, we look at them every day. These are not people that are so far removed from that those times that they don't carry the same principles. They, of course, they do. They were raised under those principles, right? Um, so it was far fetched when we said it, right? But now you're getting a taste of your own medicine, right? So I wanted to I wanted to play a couple of video clips here, and I'll do that now. This is one of a guy who was in the airport and found out that he was on the no-fly list. he was, and he was in tears, complaining about how he was being mistreated. All right, and forgive me if I don't sympathize. You know,
I love every single one of you, but this is what they do to us. They kick me off the plane, they call me a fucking terrorist, and they want to fucking ruin my life.
poor Tink Tink. Tink Tink said. And, and that's and that's really the sentiment of, if you follow like things like Blue Lives Matter, or any like Edomite complaint group, This is how they feel, man. They feel like their liberties and their freedoms are being taken from them. And how could such a great country do something so heinous, right? But this is what we've been telling you. This is not a good place to live, man. This is not this is not a good, kind, loving, benevolent place that the average American thinks it's been, man. And now you're getting a taste of it, right? So let me play this next clip. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. This one is a couple minutes long, but I'm gonna play a little
We're
bit of
still
it.
in this fight. We're out here to be loud, to be heard, to demand transparency. And, we just want answers. There's a lot of questions still, and a lot of races are still very close that shouldn't be called, such as Arizona.
I think Trump supporters are positive. I think that they know it's not over yet. The wind hasn't been taken out of our sails yet. We believe that there's evidence out there, and the truth will prevail.
You look at it, and it's the press that called it, and it's fully proof that the press is manipulating and propagandizing this
Right.
whole election.
So they're saying that the press is manipulating and propagandizing this whole election. Which, you know what, lady, I agree with you, right? But if can we deduce, right, that if they would manipulate something like this, that they would also do it to the some other things that we've complained about? All you're experiencing is the country that we've always lived in, and we meaning Israelites, so-called black people. We've always lived in this country. In this country that you're now noticing, right? Now that you're conveniently noticing it, right? So you're just now receiving a taste of your own medicine. So I got a couple of scriptures that speak to this, right? This experience that E is having, this experience that you're having, is scriptural. Okay, so let me go here to uh, Deuteronomy 30:7. It says, "And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee," right? So this is saying that there's going to come a time where everything and every curse that was put on us is now going to be put on them. Matter of fact, I didn't pull it up, but let me go to this. Let me go to this. This is Isaiah 10. All right, and I'm gonna start at 5. It says, "O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger and the staff in their hand is mine indignation. I will send him against a hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil, and to take the prey, and to tread them down like the mire of the streets." It says, "Howbeit he meaneth not so, neither does his heart think so, but it is in his heart to destroy and cut off nations, not a few." Right? For he saith, "Are not my princes altogether kings? Is not Calno as Carchemish? Is not Hamath as Arpad? Is not Samaria as Damascus? As my hand hath found the kingdoms of the idols, and whose graven images did excel them of Jerusalem and of Samaria. Shall I not, as I have done unto Samaria and her idols, so do to Jerusalem and her idols?" Verse 12, it says, "Wherefore it shall come to pass that when the Lord hath performed his whole work upon Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart for the king of Assyria and the glory of his high looks." Right? So in Esau's mind, right? I'm good. I'm doing this, right? I'm being unfair to so-called black people, and nothing's gonna happen to me for it. Nothing's ever gonna happen. Matter of fact, let me go. Let me go here. What is that? I think it's Jeremiah 49:12. Jeremiah 49:12. Yeah. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. And that's what you're experiencing right now. You're getting a swig of the treatment that we've had since we've been in this country, man. We've been telling you since we've been allowed to that this is a corrupt country, and the people that run this country are corrupt people. But you didn't listen, and now you're getting a taste. Now you're getting a taste of those dregs, right? Um, all right. So let me go back to Isaiah. It says, "For he saith, by my strength, by the strength of my hand, I have done it, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent. And I have removed the bounds of the people, and have robbed their treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man." And that's how Esau walks around, man. I was driving on the highway one morning, and this dude was in a trumped out truck, right? Trump stickers all over the place, Confederate flags all over the place, and I don't know if he seen me, but he definitely felt my spirit because I'm laughing at the dude. And when I pulled up, I finally got a chance to pull up beside him so I could look in the car, and look at him, and see what he looked like. He gave me a fist bump, this is my country. But now it's being taken from you, and I'm not speaking to this. This necessarily doesn't apply to all so-called white people because the elite understand what's going on. This particular sentiment is to the average everyday Edomite who thought that they were special, man. You know, even though they didn't, they weren't rich. Or there was a comedian that said it. I forget who said it. He said, white people, so-called white people, they satisfied with running around in overalls catching frogs. They don't even care about being rich as long as they're white, right? It wasn't until so-called black people were allowed to be in affluent positions and jobs and so forth and so on, where they started to care about the financial end of things, right? But those same people who were into wearing overalls and catching frogs, now they're catching hell in the world that they thought they lived in, where they were better because they were so-called white people, is being taken from them, man. Right? So let me continue on. It says, "And my hand hath found as a nest the riches of the people, and as one gathereth eggs that are left, have I gathered all the earth, and there was none that moved a wing or opened the mouth or peeped." No, nobody even said nothing. I was out there taking, and nobody said nothing. I was out there doing my thing. Right? It said, "Shall the axe boast itself against him that heweth therewith? Or shall the saw magnify itself against him that shaketh it? As if the rod should shake itself against them that lift it up, or as if the staff should lift up itself, as if it were no wood. Therefore shall the Lord of hosts, send among his fat ones leanness, and under his glory he shall kindle a burning like the burning of a fire. And the light of Israel shall be for a fire, and his Holy One for a flame, and it shall burn and devour his thorns and his briars in one day." Right. So just like we say when we read Second Ezra 6 and 9, there is a seesaw way of power, right? And what I mean by that is, as one comes down, the other's coming up, right? And that's what this 18th verse spoke to, right? The Israel is going to be that flame of fire, right? I'm sorry, verse 17 says, "And the light of Israel shall be for a fire, and his Holy One for a flame, and it shall burn and devour his thorns and his briars in one day." You see? So as one is being devoured and being brought low, the other one is going to be brought up. They're synonymous with each other, man. And you now getting a taste of your own medicine, man. So let me go here to Zechariah. This is Zechariah 11:4. It says, "Thus saith the Lord my power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not." All right. This is the sentiment that they had. If you watch these old videos from like the days of integration of public schools, and you see these white kids, they pushing the black kids, as they're trying to go to school or what have you. And they didn't feel like what they were doing was wrong, man. Right? And those same people, those same regular, average, everyday, so-called white people are alive and well today, right? That same spirit is alive and well today, and now they're getting a taste of what we've been saying, man. This is not a fair place to live, right? So let me continue on. This is Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. It says, "Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in to do evil." Right. So when you weren't getting punished, what did he say? Oh, none have peeped. None have what did it say in Isaiah 10? It says, and there was none that moved the wing or opened the mouth or peeped. Right. So you thought you was out there doing your thing. You was like, oh, Lord must be with this. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Right. And now you're getting a taste of your own medicine, of your own wicked country, man. Your unfair country. It's quite entertaining, man. So, continuing on, I got my list over here. I got a couple more scriptures. Yeah, let me go here. This is Psalms 10 and 1. It says, "Why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined." So, all, like it says in Deuteronomy 30 and 7, all the curses that were put on us will be put on you. This scripture right here in the second verse is saying, let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. Right. So all the things that you set up to take us down, they're now hurting you. This unfair, secretive, corrupt country, right? And it's all its devices to take us down. You're now feeling. You're now seeing, right? It says, matter of fact, I think that's in Job too, where it says, let me see. I think that's in Job as well. I read this one already, so let me try it. I think it's in Job 18. Yep. Yeah. It says this is Job 18 and 8. It says, "For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. The gin shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet." Right? So his own snare, his own traps, he's going to be taken in, man. Right? Where was I? Okay, so going back, it says, verse 3, "For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth." Right? He thought the Lord was together with him, man. Right? It says, "The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in his thoughts, in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them." Right? So you get to, America get to a level. You talk to the everyday average American, they don't think that they could lose a war, man. They don't think that they could lose a war. So what do they do to their enemies? When it says he puffeth at him, he puffeth at his enemies. That's what he's doing. Man, niggas can't fuck with us. That's the sentiment that they have, man. It says, "He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity." This is what they thought, man. They would never have a hard time, man. They would never go through the things that we went through or are going through. And now they're getting a taste of it, man. Now they're getting a taste of it, right? It says, "His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor, right? Wasn't that them? Right? It says, he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net, right? He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He hath said in his heart, the Most High hath forgotten. He hideth his face, he will never see it. And now you getting a taste of it, man. You getting a taste. You don't touch the Lord's anointed, and now you got to pay, man. We talk about often the time of Jacob's trouble, but the time of Jacob's trouble is Esau's trouble too, man. And you can see that. You can see it when you look out into the news. You can see it when you look out into these different Edomite complaint forums, right? They're feeling it too, man. You know. Let me go to the next scripture here. This is Isaiah 56:9. It says, all ye beasts of the field come to devour, yea, all ye beasts of the forest. His watchmen are blind, they are all ignorant, they are all dumb dogs, they cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber, right? Yea, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough, and they are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, every one for his gain, from his quarter. Come ye, say they, I will fetch wine, and we will fill ourselves with strong drink, and tomorrow shall be as this day, and much more abundant, right? So they thought they was going to be prosperous. They thought they was going to, do their thing, man. But the Lord has something else in store for them. It's over for America, man. It's prosperity. It's supposed innocence, right? It's over. It is over. It is done for America, man. You know. Let me keep going. This is go to this next one. Yeah, this is a good one. Psalms 15:16. It says, "But unto the wicked the Most High saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?" And they did this, man. Don't they call themselves Christians? Don't let them conservative Trump supporters. They are Christians, man. And may God bless Trump. God's gonna bless Trump, and he's gonna be the president. Y'all motherfuckers, you motherfuckers. Y'all thought y'all had a leader. That nigga out of there, and you will never see his face again. You will never see Trump again, cause that dude don't take losses well, man. You never gonna see him again. But he did his job. He got them riled up, right? So, verse 17, it says, "Seeing thou hatest instruction, and casteth my words behind thee, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentedest with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit." It says, "Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thine own mother's son." And aren't we brother nations? You see? Don't we come out of the same mother? It says, "These things hast thou done, and I kept silence." I ain't saying nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. Go ahead. Do what you're doing. "Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes." Right? Meaning us, man. Right? And as we're being set in order before their eyes, they're being cut asunder before our eyes. Okay? So I got one more. One more scripture here. Isaiah 26:10. It says, "Let favor be showed to the wicked, yet he will not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. And that's what they did. They dealt unjustly with us. And now they're getting paid. The scriptures say you reap what you sow, right? It says, Lord, when thy hand is lifted up, they will not see, but they shall see, and be ashamed for their envy at the people. Yea, the fire of thine enemies shall devour them. Lord, thou wilt ordain peace for us, for thou also hast wrought all our works in us. Right? Again, as they're coming down and being unraveled, we're being sewn tightly. Right? It says, O Lord, our power, other lords besides thee have had dominion over us, but 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 by thee only will we make mention of thy name. They are dead, they shall not live. They are deceased, they shall not rise. Therefore hast thou visited and destroyed them, and made all their memory to perish. Right? So that's it, man. That's it. It was just something I put together through the Spirit. Hopefully the point was made. Hopefully it was edifying. I want to finish by giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone. Honor salutations to the elect. And with that, I say shalom.